Hi everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's vlog, we will be exploring Northern Ireland. Let's go! I started the day by grabbing a latte before heading off on a day trip I booked through Get Your Guide. The tour covered some of Northern Ireland's most iconic spots. Our first stop was Carrickfergus Castle, one of the best preserved medieval castles in Ireland, sitting right by the water. I've heard of Carrickfergus in that Ed Sheeran song Galway Girl. This is that harbour. Then we drove along the Causeway coastal route, which honestly might be one of the most beautiful road trips I have ever taken. Cliffs, ocean views, tiny villages, the scenery the entire way was unreal. We made a quick stop at Portaneevy viewpoint with stunning coastal views overlooking Carrickfergus Island. After that came the Dark Hedges, probably one of the most famous spots in Northern Ireland. The road was planted with beech trees in the 18th century, and if it looks familiar, it's because it appeared in Game of Thrones as the Kingsroad. It genuinely feels eerie and magical at the same time. Next stop was Bushmills Distillery, which is actually the oldest licensed whiskey distillery in the world, dating back to 1608. Even if you're not a huge whiskey person, it's such a cool place to visit and learn a bit about Irish whiskey culture. Could I get this? Then came the main stop, Giant's Causeway. Seeing it in person was surreal. The coastline is covered in these perfectly shaped hexagonal rocks formed by volcanic activity millions of years ago. But according to Irish legend, they were built by the giant Finn McCool, which honestly makes the place feel even more magical. The whole coastline there is absolutely stunning, and walking across those rocks almost feels like stepping into another world. It is also Northern Ireland's only UNESCO World Heritage Site, and honestly, photos don't fully capture how impressive it looks in real life. I picked this up from here. Hi!
Hi!
What's your name?
Melanie.
And where are you from?
France.
Okay, Melanie, can you teach us some French?
Bonjour, je m'appelle.
No, I know that sound. No, bonjour, no, je m'appelle, no, merci beaucoup, no, something different.
Merci beaucoup.
I know that.
Ok, je know. Je suis venue en Irlande pour évoluer au niveau de l'anglais.
Not that difficult, I can't say that. Simple, 2 words.
J'ai un master en chimie.
Jamais what?
J'ai un master en chimie.
Jamais de chimie.
En chimie.
En chimie. What does that mean?
I have a master's degree in chemistry.
Oh, you have a master's degree?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. It is very nice to meet you. Our final stop for the day was Dunluce Castle, perched dramatically on the cliffs overlooking the sea. It was also used in Game of Thrones as the seat of House Greyjoy. I ended the night at a pub because I'd wanted to hear live Irish music ever since watching Titanic as a kid, especially that steerage jig scene. The next day, I visited Titanic Belfast, built right where the Titanic itself was constructed, and honestly, there was so much to see. The museum starts with Belfast shipbuilding history and how the Titanic was built from the ground up. Then came one of the coolest parts, the ride inside the museum, where you move through recreations of the shipyard and get a feel for what it would have been like during the construction.
Way to start with. Then the cage shop. You had heat steel beams in the furnace, then hit them onto slabs for light. And the constant hammer. And the frames attached to that, like a skeleton. Some of those boys ended up stone deaf, so they did. The Titanic was the pride of Belfast.
As you go through the museum, you get to see recreations of the cabins and interiors, from the luxury of first class to what life looked like for third-class passengers. There were also so many original artifacts on display, including life jackets, deck chairs, old letters, Titanic promotional brochures, and even Wallace Hartley's violin, the violin that was said to have been played as the ship sank. The later sections focus on the sinking, the aftermath, and the discovery of the wreck underwater years later. It's honestly one of those museums where you could spend hours without even realizing it. And since Titanic is one of my favorite films of all time, this whole experience felt really special. After that, I made a quick stop at Belfast City Hall to see the Titanic Memorial. I then headed back into the city and did a bit of souvenir shopping to wrap up the day. Look at this candle. This Titanic, built by Irishmen, sunk by an Englishman. Oh. Before heading to the airport, I had an Irish coffee at a pub. Strong, smooth, and absolutely worth it. That is it for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.